So I was down to the final part I needed to put together this budget PC that somebody had asked me to build for them. And so I went on to eBay and found a reasonably priced RX 580. All right, check out the user's profile. They have plenty of reviews, items sold, everything else. And so boom, I put in the purchase and was anxiously awaiting that 580 to be delivered. And a couple of days later, it showed up on my doorstep. And that really should have been the end of the story at that point, but that would make a terrible video.
That's a problem. That is not an RX 580.
Now I knew right away this was going to be an issue, mostly because I was supposed to have the customer build done that day, and well, that's not going to happen at this point. But also, it had me wondering, did I look at the wrong listing or, overlook the fact that this wasn't an actual 580 or had been some way modified?
But before we get into that, what's the matter there? Did you miss all the Black Friday sales at PCBros.tech and now you don't have any money to buy a gaming PC? Well, don't worry, PCBros.tech has your back with $100 off their professional streamer PC featuring a Ryzen 5 7600 and an RX 6700 XT. But wait, there's more. You can also get 5% off store-wide using the code SANTA5. That's a ho lot of savings. They even have 25% off all merch. Just add it to the cart. Trust me, bro. 25% off. You got it. So visit PCBros.tech today and don't miss out on these deals the second time. Now back to the show.
So after scrutinizing the listing again, no, this was actually supposed to be a 580 8 gig with the display port and HDMI and DVI ports that a regular RX 580 would have. But no, this is the card I got, which actually is just the DVI connection. And so this is definitely not the 580 that I was looking for. So I've asked the seller for a refund, but while we're waiting, let's get this guy into a test bench. Actually, let's build a test bench, and then let's put this guy into it and see if we can determine what it is. Because while we know it's some kind of card that's not a regular 580, I'm not exactly sure because there are markings on the card that suggest it could be an RX 470 Mining Edition card, which is doubly not what I purchased. So let's get it in. Let's see what we can do here. All right, so good news and bad news. Good news is that I was able to actually get a test bench set up and it at least got me into Windows. And then that's where all the problems seem to start. Because as I tried to load drivers, the RX 580 drivers would not load. So I went back to previous ones thinking the recent announcement may have caused some issues with the drivers not loading. But that didn't work either. And so then also I tried to put in the RX 470 drivers. And once again, those wouldn't load. So I'm kind of at a standstill right here as to what kind of driver or what kind of card this may be. Now, I really actually want to tear this card apart and see what the die says. However, I don't want to do anything to jeopardize my refund because the seller still hasn't gotten back to me, even though it's actually a day later. And, well, it's just absolutely filthy. So I do want to tear it apart, if for nothing else than to clean it. But that would also give me the information on the die, but that's just not going to be an option right now. So after not being able to load a driver for it, I did check GPU-Z, and there is information in there for base clocks and all that good stuff. It is an 8GB card. However, I'm not exactly able to tie those specs back to a specific card, though I am thinking more and more this is the 478 gig mining version from Sapphire of this graphics card. Now, the only other thing I can see on this card is that it does have a sticker on here, which also says it's an RX 580 2048 SP, but the specs that I'm seeing inside of GPU-Z don't actually match up with that information. So I don't know what this graphics card is, and it is killing me. I want to open this up so freaking bad, but also, like I said, don't want to jeopardize the refund in doing so and having them say I'm the one that actually changed it out. So at this point, I don't know if I've been deliberately scammed or what's going on, because as of right now, the seller hasn't gotten back to me. So let's go check that. All right, so the seller actually has gotten back to me and they apologize. They're saying this graphics card was a gift and that they didn't know it wasn't a real RX 580. And quite frankly, I don't know how they wouldn't know, because you can't load any drivers for the card. So either he never used it, he used it for mining, or he's actually lying, and when I send this back to him, he's actually not going to issue the refund. All those possibilities are actually true, but as for right now, let me get this thing back in the mail and see if he actually sends me my money. So yeah, let's do that.
All right, guys, so good news. It's been a few days and the package was sent back. It was received by the seller, and I did get a notification that the refund was going through. And even better, it's actually been processed. So I did get my money back from it. As to whether or not this guy was trying to scam, I'm not 100% sure. Good news is that he did give me my money back. He was apologetic. And also I did check, and the item's not been listed again, at least on eBay for sale. So hopefully all is well, but I guess you never know. But do protect yourself. Make sure that you're using sites where you can get your money back if something does go wrong. And as always, guys, if this video helped you out, I'd appreciate you hitting the like and subscribe buttons. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.